No, to switch the server thing.
What were you
So
streaming it to? 720p or 1080?
1440.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Can we have one? Like that's
yeah, logically, yeah.
You're giving it out for free. Just damn, man.
I don't know. Like, was that really a Sony thing, or was that more of like Sony would have to pay Square more money, or Square just didn't want
basics?
to?
For basics?
Yeah, no, for the upgrade, for the PS Plus game.
Oh, I don't know.
There's been other games that haven't that have had
hell?
PS5 versions. I'm trying to think of I'll think of one in a second, but there's been a few.
No. So like,
why is
what am
my
I paying?
internet so low right now?
I know you'd be like, what am I paying for?
I think actually Mortal Shell was like that too, because Mortal Shell had the PS5 enhanced version.
Yeah.
Let me do this.
And they gave it away for PS Plus, but it was just the PS4 version.
All right, so we still having issues. So
I really still think the Last of Us thing's gonna happen, like an upgrade path or something like that. Part 2.
All right, guys, let me know in the chat. Are we still buffering? I know we're back. Sorry about that.
You think they're gonna have a PS5 version?
Of
I think so. Like, I think I don't know if it'll be a combo pack with the remake or anything like that. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they do fidelity on top of the 60 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that they were gonna do The Last of Us Part 2 because there's the rumors of The Last of Us remake.
Yeah.
That's coming out. Like you can actually tell now. I'm actually really expecting that whenever Sony has a new TV show that launches or a new movie, they're gonna tie in some kind of game to that because that's just what they do now, right? So,
I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home. Any Sony trailer, at the end of the trailer, they'll have PlayStation 5, Spider-Man Remastered, or Miles Morales, and literally at the end of the trailers.
All right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that with an HBO trailer, or Uncharted. I wouldn't be surprised if they do the Uncharted with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, they're gonna have The Last of Us HBO coming out. That's later this year, I think, right?
Should be wrapping up shooting, I think.
All right. I think we fixed it. Everybody said it's running better. So you guys not seeing the buffer? So I think we're good. Shout out to, first of all, let me get to the chat here. We had a $10 super chat from Code. I didn't get a chance to read it. I lost it because I had to restart the stream. So sorry about that. But shout out to Code for the $10 super chat. And also a new channel member. Blaze should recognize this guy. Adriano Italiano. Shout out to you becoming a channel member, my guy. Thank you.
Look at all my people, huh? Look at all my people.
Those
are my people supporting Big Cloud, baby. I like it. Hey, whatever I do, if Big Cloud wipes his butt, we use the same paper. We share everything here. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
So I appreciate that, man.
Too much information.
That was a really bad. Yeah, that was a bad one. But look,
terrible analogy.
Hold on, Big Cloud. Wait. I want to talk about the Uncharted thing because goddamn it, we're getting into it. So look, he Hunter's had the game early because he got the code early and he's been playing it. So I've been jealous. So it went live and I was thinking of buying it. And it was 2 a.m. and I'm like, oh crap, I game share with Solid Rev. So I'm like, let me check. And he ended up buying it. So I'm like, all right, I download it. And man, Uncharted is just that game that just one of those games that bring me back the music, like the little pirate hanging in the cage. It's just, and I couldn't upload my save for some reason. I gotta find it and upload it from one of my PS4.
You're from the cloud. Did you ever upload the cloud? You ever did
but I didn't feel like turning on my PS4.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't have it. I'm like, whoa.
No, I got it. But I don't mind. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play it from the beginning and enjoy it at 60 FPS with the. And I'm not even thinking about the DualSense features, and I start climbing. I'm like, whoa, what?
Let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all a question about it.
It was incredible, bro.
Let me ask y'all a question about Uncharted 4. I'm gonna go with both of y'all because obviously Uncharted 4 is a big deal. Do y'all feel like they missed an opportunity with Uncharted 4? Y'all notice how Uncharted, it's always got some twist when it comes to these little legends or these tales. Like for example, Uncharted. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, right? they were going after El Dorado. Then we found out El Dorado was a statue. And you already know how the statue was. The statue was cursed, and it destroyed the city. Then Uncharted 2, we see them trying to find Shangri-La. We think we're going to find Shangri-La. Ultimately, it ends up to a tree of youth or a tree of life type of thing. But there's a twist between it because the Chintamani stone is actually resin. And the people ate the resin. They became these blue... psychotic, like juiced up warrior type of thing, and then some were cursed. Uncharted 3, the Rubo Kali Desert, you find the Atlantis of the Sands, and you find out the reason why that that particular historic place disappeared is because it was cursed by the Jinn, which we kind of saw it, but we didn't really see the Jinn. We saw like demonic entities of it. Uncharted 4, there's nothing like that. There's no secret thing. You know what I kind of wish for? I don't know if you felt like this, Paul, but I kind of felt like we were going to see Henry Avery, like a ghost of him. You know what I mean? We saw his corpse next to what's the name? And when they died fighting for the treasure. But it's like, that's it. There was no.
Thank God there wasn't a ghost in that.
Yeah,
I wanted something like that.
It
kind of breaks the chain. I mean, it's cool because it's obviously
breaks the emergency in a ghost, Big Cloud.
It does not. It's
over here.
Oh
Are you kidding me? You over here all immersed from the beautiful game, the beautiful vista,
and then there's a ghost out.
There's a ghost coming out. Come on, bro.
We're talking about cursed artifacts and all this stuff.
But
you can't.
My thing is,
a ghost pirate. No problem.
It's a nice change of pace, though, because in reality, that story was telling like that these pirates wanted to, get away from the law, create their own civilization, and have their own laws and not be tied down. But then when they did that, a lot of these people started betraying each other because they wanted the money, and et cetera, et cetera. They didn't think the civilization was going to go anywhere. Yeah. And like, it shows also similarities to Nate, Sam, Rafe and all that, betraying one another, keeping secrets from one another. So like, it made all sense to me. Like, I feel like having a ghost like that would just ruin the storytelling a bit with the story that they were setting themselves up for.
Thank you, Redhead. I'm over here telling Big Cloud how I feel about Uncharted, and he just cuts me off like, "Let me ask you guys a question." It's like, "Oh, all right." And talks about a ghost. cuts me off to talk about a ghost. Chat. You see this? You see what I gotta do?
I agree with you guys, man. Like, it was so refreshing to just have like a straight pirate story, and like the thing that I was thinking when I was playing the game, and like you pick up notes about like Avery and 2, and you find out that they're creating this like civilization far away for pirates, and then like there's like that one cool scene where it's like it almost looks like it's straight out of Game of Thrones, right? Where I guess like all the pirates got poisoned or something, or like but you don't know, like they're like the characters are just guessing, like but it's like seeing that table and all
I love that scene, bro, when they're all
pirates. But they never tell you what happens, and they leave you guessing. And even with like Avery and 2, like you have like ideas of like how the betrayal happened and stuff like that, but it's like there's just so much for you to think about, and like I would love to just jump back, whatever it is, Code, 300 years, 400 years.
Yeah, Code, I didn't forget your super chat. I was gonna tag this along after Paul was done. So Paul, you gonna watch the Uncharted film?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You're in? Okay. I think we answered this before. I think we did last show, but yeah, I think everybody's all in on the Uncharted.
Just out of curiosity, right?
Yeah.
This is like, I feel like this is like the new chapter for Sony, and I need to see if they're starting off this new chapter on the right foot, or if it's just going to be like the usual game flops that we've had with Mortal Kombat and Street Fighters in the past, Lord. Resident Evil, all the like B grade, C grade movies.
Mortal Kombat, like everybody gives it a pass on some real.
Well, they're getting a sequel. The script's already being written. I forgot who
really?
the writer. Yeah, Mortal Kombat sequel is happening.
Oh right, the Mortal Kombat.
Because they teach.
I hate these fan castings. They're like Johnny should be casted as the Miz. I'm just like, no. I'm sorry. Let's not have WWE superstars in these films, please.
The Miz as Johnny Cage. I would actually walk out the theater.
Big Cloud, I sent Cold super chat. I cropped it and sent it to you. I went back and cropped it. If you want to read it?
Yeah.
I already read it.
You read it?
Yeah, he already told me what it was. He asked us about Uncharted.
Oh, all right. I just didn't know. But yeah, Big Cut, can I finish what I was saying about Uncharted so we can
take it away.
Jesus Christ. Hunter, I was playing the damn game anyway. The DualSense features are great. The 60 FPS is great. All that. The LOD, cool, right? But the most part, like people not even talking about, was the loading times, bro. They're like non-existent. It's like a second. It's like a black screen and you're there. And like
no more spinny rooms.
Right, no more spinny rooms, bro. But the thing is, like, if you're doing shit on crushing, if you're going for a challenge, like that shit used to be frustrating because you sit there and wait 30 seconds for the level to load up all over again, and you'd have to sit there. Now $10 you get a free ticket. Listen, guys, I'm like I said, not to take Hunter's words, bro, but it's $10, bro. You're not being forced to, there's can they give it for free? Yeah, but look, I feel like what they gave us, they gave us 3 different modes, better loading times, DualSense features the DualSense features really changed the feel of the game, bro. I'm not joking. Like,
okay,
you do feel different guns just feel great. So just if you're on the fence about it, I just swing the $10, bro.
Okay.
Period.
Shout out to Danny from the Platform Podcast. What's up, bro? Just what's up, Big Cloud, RGT fam, #PC, #Steam Deck. He has to say that because
Steam Deck. I can't wait for that.
Shuhei Yoshida had to fuel the fire by playing God of War on the Steam Deck. It's like,
when they announced that there was a delay in Steam Deck, man, I was like,
you're all in. I'm shocked that you're just all in, Hunter. I really am shocked that you're all in. I know Red Hood is. I know Blaze is. I'm shocked that you are this all in on a Steam Deck.
It's because like 6 months ago, I was thinking about, should I upgrade my PC? Like pretty much at the beginning of every gen, I think about that. Should I upgrade my PC and sort of like, keep it up to the modern standard? But then that came out, and like honestly, like, I'm a multi-platform gamer. I've got a Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Nintendo Switch has been my portable game console. Like sometimes I'm just like, I'm tired of playing on the TV, and I'll just sit on the couch and lie back or whatever and play it. And I was just like, man, like I've got like hundreds of Steam games that mostly just sit there because I don't like my computer is in my bedroom, and I've got like a pretty decent size monitor, but it's nowhere near like my living room TV, right? And so I don't like, typically that's why I play on console. But but yeah, like I'm
does it break your heart?
Probably like an hour or two like every day playing on Steam, which is a big change for me.
Does it break your heart though that could have been the Switch?
Well,
Steam Deck, that could have been
the specs.
In terms of specs, yeah, that could have been the Switch. We never got it.
You know what? But like, the guy from Digital Foundry had a good perspective too. Like he tweeted out that like Pokemon Legends Arceus that just came out, right? Like that, like people were complaining about the graphics for that game, and some of the screenshots, like for sure they don't look the best, right? But that, like the Digital Foundry guy was like piping in and just saying like, look, like this has nothing to do with the capabilities of Nintendo Switch. Like Switch is capable of much better visuals. This comes down to like, the technical acumen of the Pokemon team, right? And it's
Game
just
Freak,
Game Freak, yeah. And it's like, I mean, it's true.
It's lazy as hell, man.
Like, I've certainly seen better games graphically on Nintendo Switch. So I don't know, like yes, of course I want a higher power, and I wanted the Nintendo Switch Pro instead of the OLED that came out last year. But I think that sometimes the devs are just not, they're being lazy. They're not putting the best foot forward, or just reusing assets from years ago.
They wait to the last second with
that's
the
what they do with Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
reuse assets, and like I just found out, I think they're like 100 people in Game Freak or something like that. If I'm correct, like 100 something, and like they're like, I don't know, like I gave them kind of a pass in Sword and Shield. I was like, maybe they had to put that together for the Switch kind of fast, reuse 3DS asset models into that game, and then like Arceus came out. Then they kind of ruined a couple of my favorite Pokemon evolutions. Typhlosion, I was just like sad about that. Dialga, Palkia, very sad about that. So I was just like, ugh. But
does everybody in here like Pokemon? Like?
Not anymore, no.
After what they've done, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me,
I'm just saying, man.
Depends.
Pokemon is like the same game over and over and over, and you guys keep buying. That's why you want to know why the game is done.
That was
badly?
the first
Because
Call of Duty.
Developers knows you guys will buy it if it says Pokemon. Period. They know you'll buy it, and that's the problem.
You know, I want the more ambitious stuff to come back. Even though a lot of people didn't like Coliseum, I wouldn't mind if like we got like a Coliseum done right. You know, style Pokemon or something more big. Though. Yeah, but something big like that. But
I picked up Pokemon Snap last year. I thought that was all right. Like it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different for me now too because I've got a son, right? So like some of these games we could just play together, and he just has a total blast playing it. I'm not sure like I probably wouldn't play some of them as much as I do without him, right? It's some the games are naturally family oriented, but Pokemon Snap I thought was fun.
Did you play the one with the phone? What's it called? Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. Did you play that before?
Yeah. I played Pokemon Go, and I was part of that obsessive craze.
You were part of it too.
I was too. I'm not gonna lie. I was.
So I would go out of my way.
I'd leave my house and purposely go down the street just to like get to one of the gyms so I can battle. It's what's actually like interesting though is obviously there's a lot less players now, but there's still actually a pretty decent fan base. Like there's like literally times I know where the gyms are like around my area, and there are times when I just walk past these like random spots and I just see like 4 or 5 people. Sometimes you see cars drive up, right? And I'm like, yeah, like when I'm walking past, I'm like, I bet you they're playing Pokemon. Sometimes like you peek over and you're like, oh yeah, they're playing Pokemon.
Yeah, it fared way better than their game, like because it's Niantic, I think that did Pokemon Go. Dude, their Harry Potter game, they like what? They scrapped that after a while.
Why are you bringing up Harry Potter when I'm still waiting for Hogwarts Legacy? I need that game.
I'm just saying that game flopped from them, but Pokemon's doing them well.
Weren't they the ones that did that new Pikmin game too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I didn't download it because I was kind of over that Pokemon Go craze, and it seemed like it was the same thing. It's like I guess you like find Pikmin and play with Pikmin in your real world.
Oh, is it like Pikmin Bloom? Is that what
I think so? Yeah, it just came out a few months ago.
Oh man.
But I don't know. Like I didn't really get the sense that it made a splash like Pokemon Go. I don't really see people talking much about it.
Did you guys see what game got announced yesterday?
What?
Talking about Crisis 4.
Can't keep track of days, but is it the Star Wars game?
No, see that's
Star
the more
Wars
hype.
Star Wars took all my attention, sir.
No, sir, this man's talking about Crisis 4.
Crisis 4, yeah.
I see you.
I kind of got leaked, I guess. It sounded like Crisis China.
Like Crytek had to eventually tweet it out because of the leaks, but I've been waiting for that for a long time.
You like played the collection? Wasn't it Crisis 3? Or you played the whole collection?
Yeah, they put 1, 2, and 3. I platinum 2 and 3. Well, my 3's a glitch, but I love the Cry engine. It's a beautiful engine. Rise on the Rome, all those beautiful looking games and uses the Cry engine. Not a lot of developers use it because it's kind of it's just not as accessible and easy.
Like this is right after they just remastered everything too, right?
Right. So
I think they finally finished like the remastering last year.
Yeah.
There was 1, 2, and then finally 3.
Yeah, Crytek gave me a code, man. That's why I like them too. They're humble, man. They're not like, oh, you're not big enough. They gave me a fucking code, bro. All 3 games on PC, they gave it to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like,
let me ask the chat here because I see somebody bringing it up, and I know Red has played it. I got him addicted to it. Meds.
You didn't give me to. No, I told you about it. But I told you about it, and then you're like, "Oh, what do you do here and here?" And explain the shop to me, etc., etc. Come on.
Meds in it. Kofi's in it. Attic was in it. I mean,
we're not about to talk about this.
Everybody's on it except for Blaze didn't want to play. But no, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. Oh, boys. That's like the new craze right now. Did you play it, Hunter? The new Yu-Gi-Oh! Game is free to play.
I have not. Yu-Gi-Oh! is Yu-Gi-Oh! is actually one franchise that I haven't got into, and it's surprising because I play a lot of games, but yeah.
Okay. You never the anime either?
No.
Damn.
No, I'm like.
It's good.
Know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's definitely fire.
The biggest purchase from Konami though was that franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the chat going. Oh no, he brought it up. I did. I brought it up. Had to because it's one of the craze right now.
You guys done?
Yeah, we're done. We're done. You can come on back.
I played Digimon.
Digimon's.
Oh no, he brought up Digimon. Oh god, let that go.
No, they had a good one right on the Vita, if I remember.
Yeah.
I think they brought it to PC.
Is it? There's a new one that's coming out. Right?
Never got into those games. I never did. I'm more of a Harry. I get more into Harry Potter before that.
Dude, Vita had some gems that a lot of people.
Oh, I know.
Realize.
Ape Escape Academy.
Digimon, Freedom Wars. That was one.
Final Fantasy.
Their Monster Hunter. What was their Monster Soul Sacrifice? That's the one I was thinking about. It was so good.
What was it? Ape Escape Academy is what I remember on that. Liberty City Stories was another one on Vita. That was fire. Streets. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 4 or 3 was on that. And
Killzone Mercenary was good.
Killzone Mercenary, yeah, it was a lot of cool stuff on it.
Killzone Mercenary. Oh.
Guys. Let's move
we're
to
gonna,
this.
We're gonna all have to play Yu-Gi-Oh. That's it. We're gonna have to like.
You know,
we're gonna commit to playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And we're next week, man. Let's.
You know what it is?
$100.
Like, oh, it's free to play. So one guy downloads it, and it's free to play, and then they're like, "Oh, let me build my deck up." It's like, if you guys don't let your balls drop and cut that game out, please. Like, and then it's like, you know why? Like, we play VR golf, we play mini, like we play a bunch of shit. Like, and I just feel left out because I will not bring myself down to their level to play a card game. Well, like, and I just can't do it, dude. I'm not the cool guy. I play a lot of kid games that are so-called
Animal Crossing.
Oh no!
That.
Oh no!
That's Cal.
That is above what you just said.
Kofi were playing it because you were just like it was during the like beginning like a lockdown and stuff like that.
Say
like,
so you
I'm
fraud.
So
Is that true?
And they're like, go get Animal Crossing. And then he bought it from Amazon. And then he was playing it and trading these guys freaking apples and stuff and go on their islands. Come on, boys.
Nobody believe that story.
No comment. No comment. There you go. Hold that.
Hey, man, we can just get strapped with Kofi. Like, ask them. They'll be my witness.
Let's move this to a topic we talked about last week. Obviously, it was a big deal. Microsoft bought Activision. Damn near $70 billion investment. There was a lot of talk and conversation about whether the games would go to PlayStation. Pretty much Blaze like the only one on this panel that's saying, oh, they're going to go regardless. But obviously Hunter, Red Hood, they listen to reason here when we're going off the track record. When the acquisition is done, I don't see these games going.
Reason?
Yeah, I know. I know. He doesn't listen to reason. But when it goes to that, look at you go move up to the chair, little fraud. But when it comes to the deal being done, I don't really see these games going to PlayStation unless the deal, unless the Game Pass is a part of the mix here. And they announced that 3 games. Now we talked about this already before. We're saying we expect to see games that are already on the table or that were already signed. Pre them getting bought, we're gonna go to PlayStation, and how convenient. 3 games.
Yep.
So we have confirmation that the next Warzone will go to PlayStation. Good. And probably 2 mainstream Call of Duties, and then after that, that's where they're going to sever the line. Now, what's interesting about this too, though, Sony has been extra quiet, but on top of that, their studios have not. We've been seeing a lot of extra tweets for Resistance. I know you've been seeing them. Haven't you seen them, Hunter? From Insomniac. They've been tweeting extra stuff about Resistance. Nothing about SOCOM.
But they've been doing that for
a while.
They have.
Seems
But they
like
have
a year.
extra. Extra.
Oh, are they? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in the concept art theory because it's like I remember Rocksteady doing it after Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Before Suicide Squad, they were just tweeting concept art of Batman and like Arkham Asylum, City, Night.
But here's what I would say. I'll put a little stock into them. Why I think it's leading to something. They know after that whole thing is done, they need a multiplayer shooter. And they don't really have a game with a big multiplayer. I mean, factions, unless they do factions with some esports like Spin or something, I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. But I don't think factions is going to be it. You know what I mean? I don't think God, I mean, what could you possibly throw in there? I mean,
it don't need to be
It's
esports.
literally
Why-
SOCOM.
But you know how they
but-
got to do, because they did it with Uncharted 4, with this esports like thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you log in, you got the little feed, and you got the dudes commentating, going, "Hey, he does this. He zip lines, does a Falcon Punch, he shoots." It's like, I don't know. Every game now has like this little esports little spin on it. And if y'all remember, Sony bought Evo as well, right?
What?
Or not, was it Evo? I forgot.
Yeah, they bought it.
And
Evo.
they announced PlayStation 5 tournaments.
Yeah, so I mean, personally,
at CS.
it goes in line with that.
But I was gonna say the best game would be SOCOM, and then make it free to play. And if they're trying to find a revenue source, even though I wouldn't want that, guns for skins and stuff like that, and like costume sets and all that they can do, and launch it along with PC and PlayStation 5. And I wouldn't be just make the gameplay good, and then it's gonna get a following. Like there's a lot of people that love PUBG that still play the game, so if SOCOM can do that, and whatever team that they have working on it, if it happens, like I think that would be a really good idea.
You know what they killed me with too, though. It's this story. Now, shout out to BG. I don't know if Blaze saw the tweets. Did you see the tweet, Blaze, from BG?
What?
He got like a message from PlayStation. It said PlayStation Infinite. You might hear about that.
Oh, that's a Reddit post. He got a Reddit post or something like that.
PlayStation Infinite.
Yeah, where you can share videos and stuff.
Now,
But
according to
here's
this, oh, I'm sorry, what's your?
I just want to ask the question too, though. Like the thing is that do we actually want Sony's first-party studios to make a highly successful multiplayer game? Because like if you look at say like Respawn or you look at Epic Games, like if when their games become popular, that becomes pretty much what they do, right? Like that's so here like. Here's the thing, like Sony actually, they partnered up with a bunch of external studios that are just starting up with like ex Call of Duty and ex Destiny folks. Like though if those studios make highly successful multiplayer games, then they can stick with those studios for, annual updates and like seasons and all that. But like this is actually the thing that I've been thinking about. Like let's say Naughty Dog knocks out the park with The Last of Us Factions 2, then they're probably going to devote a certain amount of their staff to that. I don't know what it could be, 20%.
You would hope so, yeah. You would hope so.
40%. Like,
yeah.
I don't. It just I love the single player story games that they produce, and like absolutely, I think unless they just like build up this multiplayer team and then at the same time develop secondary teams or third teams.
I like what you're saying, but that kind of scares me. I'm gonna tell you why. We see less and less and less of Naughty Dog a year. You see what I'm saying? Like they only drop one game. It feels like they're the rock star of Sony's studios. It's like I would like to see more than just one game from Naughty Dog. I wouldn't mind seeing but they do have multiple projects. They do have multiple projects, and they did say that. And we know one of them is Uncharted for sure.
Well, then Last of Us Remake and supposedly a new IP is along with factions.
But it's who asked for a Last of Us Remake? That's the thing I'm saying. Like we're still on the last.
Well, listen. We say that, which is true. I agree 100%. But people are going to still buy it.
Oh yeah, of course.
They love The Last of Us Part 2 gameplay, and insert that into Part 1. A lot of people will buy it just because of the gameplay itself.
Yeah. I'm just.
But like, I was gonna say, Naughty Dog last generation made 2 games. Guerrilla last generation made 2 games. So it's not like a lot of people think it's only 1 game per generation. It's about 2. But their PS3 gen, they made a lot of games.
Yeah.
They made the Uncharted, 1 through 3, Last of Us, part 1.
Still waiting for Savage Starlight. Remember that game? That was supposed to be the new one from them. The game that's in Last of Us, the little card game, whatever that is. That's supposed to be like a legit game that they're teasing.
Like I heard a lot of things from Naughty Dog. Like supposedly it's like they're trying to do a sci-fi game. I don't know if that's true. That was a big rumor, a rumor going around that they were trying to do that, and it was gonna be first person. Which I don't know how I felt about that, but that'd be interesting because they never tackled first person. But I wouldn't mind Naughty Dog RPG.
Yeah.
What I find like so surprising is that when you look around at Sony's first party studios and just see how many of them are actually working on multiplayer games, like something changed with Sony a year or two ago, where it's like, maybe they knew that something like this was going to happen with Activision. Like maybe they had some foresight that things were just going to go crazy this gen. But like the fact that they've got like Insomniac is making a multiplayer game, everyone thinks it's going to be Marvel related. I hope it is. That'd be really awesome. But Guerrilla's hiring for multiplayer, London studio multiplayer. Obviously, Naughty Dog is staffing up for multiplayer games. So yeah, it's just really wild to see that, and even Sucker Punch, right, with like the Ghost of Tsushima Legends DLC that they had. Like you gotta expect that they're probably going to be thinking about stuff like that with Ghost of Tsushima too. So
yeah,
we like literally this gen we could get a multiplayer game from all of Sony's major studios, which would be crazy.
You know what?
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I got you.
I just hope that Sony fans actually support the multiplayer games this time, right? Because like I'm a huge SOCOM fan, I'm a huge Killzone fan. The fact that we haven't had a Killzone, like the last Killzone was what, 2013?
Yeah,
I think like it's been 9 years. Like I'm like craving this, and MotorStorm, like there's some like really awesome racing games that they had. Destruction Derby was one. Wipeout is one of my favorite racing franchises of all time, and I feel like there was that like there was the PS5 PS4 upgrade of the PS3 Wipeout game that they did, but
the collection.
Yeah, like
it was Vita, it was PS3.
Yeah.
And they got a VR version. Wipeout's incredible. I agree. What's the other racing game that was made by? They're not even a company anymore. They've been dismantled.
It's Drive Club?
No.
Mad Nation Racers was one.
No.
that racing game sucked. The loading on that. Do you guys remember that?
See if you remember.
Do you remember the loading? I think the actual game itself was like decent, but I couldn't play it. Like I had to just uninstall that game right away. It was like, holy crap.
It definitely wasn't what they advertised. Remember how like Home was, PlayStation Home, when we first saw it? Like they showed like the executives like barbecuing, and then he went to the TV, he launched the game.
Yeah.
When we got PlayStation Home, it was like a separate app, and it didn't work as advertised. Like, okay.
Oh, MotorStorm. That was it. MotorStorm.
Oh yeah, MotorStorm. That's what I was saying. There's like, I don't think it's happening, but there's rumors that it's coming back because the producer of MotorStorm joined Firesprite.
Yeah.
That just happened like
unless you do like a cross thing, maybe. You think?
Yeah. Well, they think like everyone thinks that Twisted Metal was with Lucid Games, which made the All-Stars game that really sucks. That well, apparently it's actually good now because there's an update that came out last week. I saw Push Square was like, the game's actually good now, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll check it out. But Lucid like apparently was supposed to be making the next Twisted Metal, but I guess it's not going as well as Sony expected. So they rumors are they took it in-house and they gave it to Firesprite, and then the director from MotorStorm came over to that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the developers at Firesprite actually were on the Wipeout team.
Yeah.
So they know racing games for sure, and like, please bring back Wipeout. Like,
I think you have a chance to get that back, because Studio Liverpool is that new studio. I think personally that has a good chance of coming back.
Bro, SOCOM has to be the next. Like, they can't bring back another game. They did it, and like everybody thought it was SOCOM, then it was Crash Bandicoot. Like it has to be the next game in line. Like there's too many cryouts for it.
Yeah.
There's no bigger SOCOM fan in this out of all the people in the chat and in this Discord. Trust me, okay. And if they bring it back, it's gotta be a SOCOM 2 revision remake.
It's gotta be like the Resident Evil 2 in terms of like love and effort put into it type of thing.
It has the potential to make a lot of money too if they.
But it don't like. I keep hearing this thing. Oh, it's gonna esport. It's not gonna sell 5 million cards. Like, it don't gotta be that. All it's gonna be is a game that comes out. Make it free to play. Whatever you want to do. it's gonna have PlayStation will have their own community, their own free to play game that people love. Like it don't gotta be this big monster. It's just gotta be a game that people enjoy. That's it.
I'm glad you said free to play.
People enjoy and invest in.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys saying that free to play and investing. I mean, personally, with the thing going around with Reddit about PlayStation Infinite, and I want to definitely switch that to that, even though it is awkward. As it is, they're saying it's 3 tiers. Like, I know it's weird. It's a weird name,
like
but
Spartacus. I get that that's the code name, but
I mean, we had that for Xbox Durango. Remember that Durango, and then Durango turned into the Xbox One. I'm like, really? Yeah. So it's one of those situations.
Seen, like a credible source of the Infinite. Like
it was just a Reddit thing. I don't take stock in it.
There's a screenshot for it too.
Everyone's you guys seen that screenshot that showed like the 3 different tiers or whatever.
Yeah, gold, that silver, and platinum.
It looks so. Sony, I don't think would do that. Like that, I don't see any real differences with that than what they're currently offering.
What did you get for the platinum?
Other than just
tier? Like, what do they offer for the platinum tier? I don't think they offered much for that platinum tier. Right? I think it's in the Discord. I don't know if y'all see it.
I'm telling you what, Discord is going to play a big role in Discord itself.
Yeah, I know Discord.
Well, going to play a role.
Discord's supposed to be integrated this year. I think early this year or half of the year. It's supposed to happen. I would like to see what happens with the PlayStation 5 integration, just because to show like your PlayStation 5 gameplay to like the server and stuff like that, and maybe they'll have an ad or something, not an ad, but like, hey, I'm playing this game, let me click and buy it on the PlayStation website or something like that.
Hopefully that name is, if it is true, that name needs to change. Like I remember PlayStation, what was it called? PlayStation Orbis. And then we got PS5 or PS4. so
like names, a lot of that stuff was like work. Latin names, like Vita. I forgot what the Vita.
I think Morpheus?
Yeah, Morpheus.
So names
it's like a lot of Latin names.
I still would love to know what Sony offered over Microsoft, because you guys knew like it was even like a couple of months before they announced their partnership with Sony. There was all these rumors that the Microsoft put in bids for that, right? So.
Microsoft trying to buy, and they was like, "No, we don't want to buy, or we don't want to sell."
Yeah, but Microsoft probably, offered a lot of cash. I'm just like, I would love to have been a fly in the wall for those meetings to find out why because Sony didn't even buy them; they just invested a small amount.
Yeah.
In Discord, so maybe they just didn't like any of the
offers.
Sony got
these bargain deals. You know what I mean? Like they got arguably one of their best studios, if not the best studio right now for a lot of people, and that's Insomniac, with just the magic they're doing with Spider-Man. Obviously, we got Wolverine. Can't wait to see how that looks, especially with it actually being confirmed to be, rated M. Everything like it's going to
have. And having Spec Ops: The Line, also writer being the lead writer in that game, which is really like Spec Ops is very underrated, and like story-wise, it's really good. So having that dude come in for Wolverine, I expect really great things in terms of that story.
He left Jaeger Games. What was he from? Jaeger?
I have no idea what the studio was for Spec Ops.
Yeah, I think it was Jaeger.
No, hopefully this leads to the Punisher getting a game. I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering too, like with all these deals that Xbox is doing, if like I'm curious to see what Disney thinks, because like Disney's all in on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But now like Xbox is just, making huge moves. And so I wonder if they're going to double down with Sony, which I think would be awesome, or if they're just, going to start thinking more multi-platform.
Well,
Xbox they also games on Disney has games on Xbox. That's not on PlayStation.
It was Indiana Jones was one. No one knows, if that's multi-platform or if that's going to be exclusive, but I think it is. And then what's the other one, Blaze?
Well, I wasn't even talking about. I'm talking about like currently, right now. Like it's like a Disney. You make your own character, walk around, play mini games. I forget what it's called. And then there's like.
Yeah. You could actually see it. I know a lot of people are saying that Indiana Jones is going to be exclusive, but it could be. Like Microsoft may have changed the deal, but like you have to imagine when that deal was struck, it was a multi-platform game. Like for sure, it was coming out on PlayStation. So. Only if like Microsoft went back and renegotiated the contract.
Yeah, with Lucas and Disney, and see if they agree to it and stuff like that, or Microsoft had to pay X amount of money.
They probably got the marketing rights, like it'll be advertised more on the Xbox side or Game Pass, or maybe it'll come in the Game Pass type of thing.
It's
and
too
then,
bad EA bought Respawn and shit, because
they stole them.
Yeah,
that's a really talented.
That's a great opportunity for PlayStation to come on in and buy Respawn. You got your first-person shooter, and they do it well. And you got like, dude, what a steal that was, really.
Like, Respawn is like the equivalent of Insomniac, in terms of output as well, because they're working on 3 Star Wars game. One's the next Jedi game. The next one's Jedi. They took out the connotation Fallen Order, so it's not gonna be Fallen Order 2. So they're working on that. We're supposed to get news this year, I think in springtime, or May the 4th time frame, D22 or something like that. And then we're supposed to also get a first-person shooter. Some people say Republic Commando or any of those games is possible, and a strategy game as well from them, which is showing just like how versatile that studio is. First person, third person, and a strategy game.
Yeah.
She's out there, bro. I know Bungie wants to be independent, but maybe just like, hey, PlayStation goes to them like in a desperate way, like, look,
they would definitely gain a lot from it. Yeah.
But how much do you think?
Use a first-person shooter. We could use like.
Yeah.
They could still have Destiny 2 and then create something on the side, like bro.
But
just bring back Killzone, bro. That's it.
How much do you think they would have to pay for them, Blaze? For Bungie?
A lot.
Like 400, 500 mil?
Yeah, just give them like, bro, give them a cool 300 mil. Like, look, and you're with PlayStation, bro.
Complete freedom, whole 9 yards. I would definitely.
That would be a steal, big time. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You gotta imagine that Sony and a bunch of developers or big publishers are like scoping out Bungie, right? Like they definitely seem like they're going to be an acquisition target at some point.
Since we're in this acquisition talk, this is I don't know where this came from, but a lot of people are saying that Sony's looking to acquire Ubisoft or Take-Two.
I don't agree.
I don't think they got the wallet for both of them.
Take-Two just literally bought another company, so I don't think they're going to be on the market to sell themselves out yet.
I don't know where the hell this is coming from, but people are really going around saying, Sony's looking to buy Take-Two and Ubisoft. I'm like, if any company I would ever see Sony like trying to buy or partner with to that extent, it would probably be Square Enix.
Yeah,
but that's
Square or Capcom.
Or Capcom.
Even Sega.
Capcom, yeah.
Square would be their number one, I think, personally. Capcom would probably number 2.
Yeah. What about God, I just had the name. God, what did I just say? Square Enix, Capcom,
but I
Sega as well.
Sega was reportedly going to be the last, or is being talked about for next year, that could be the next big acquisition for
Sega.
Microsoft.
Offers me nothing. If they buy it, they offer.
Yeah, for me, I love Atlas. And the Yakuza franchise, like I love those games. So I know you don't. I'm saying for me personally, like that would
Blaze, man,
affect me.
I don't think Sony would go for
get you into Yakuza at least.
Yes, I know, dude. Like those stories are so good. Like,
dude, if you like Sony games, how do you not like Yakuza?
It's so good, Blaze. You gotta at least try Zero. Just try Zero, Blaze. Just like try and.
That's
like
a good question.
Maybe 5 to 10 hours.
Mr. 4K, that's a good question. You gonna ignore our good friends what they're saying, or are you gonna actually take a chance?
I liked what was the game? Sleeping Dogs. I just think
Sleeping Dogs was fire. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to read I don't want to be reading a novel. I think the combat's a little silly. I know. I'm weird, man. I know. Like it's just, I know, man.
Because the thing is, like, the side missions are wacky, but, like, that story is pretty serious. Like, I definitely think you would enjoy that. Like, and then, like, the most recent game, which isn't a brawler, 7, which is turn-based RPG, I have different feelings on that, but it has dub. Like, Lost Judgment has dub as well.
Yeah, I was on, it's funny, the whole reading thing. I remember I said I was going to switch Ghost of Tsushima to that and just have it like have it be read it and play it like a traditional I guess like a kung fu type of flick type thing, because they had that black and white mode. I went with the dub.
I flicked it on for a little while, but I turned it off.
The hit different, you know what I mean?
It is pretty cool that they had that in there.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Sure.
So I was like, nah.
I mean, I like reading. I like picking up things in like Souls games, reading the lore on the weapons. It's not that I don't like reading. It's just like I don't know. Is
it the reading, or is it because it's subbed, like, you know, with Japanese audio? Is that why?
Yeah, it's just.
Okay, the most recent games now are like dubbed, so like you'll have like only a little bit of reading at that point now.
It's not even that. Like I rather see like the Japanese voice acting because when they translate it in America,
yeah,
it just doesn't feel right. It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't even mind. It's just I don't know. I just really never stuck my foot in the door with that, you know. But
this man says Sleeping Dogs is low key better than GTA. It was definitely good. It was definitely good. I don't think it was better than GTA, but it definitely did its job, I thought. Sony buying WB Montreal. I don't think they would actually invest in. I don't think they could do it.
WB, like they don't get any licenses out of it besides Mortal Kombat, because the other ones are owned by WB themselves. Well, no, Mortal Kombat and Fear. That's the only like gaming license they'll get. Like Lord of the Rings, they would have to like literally get the contracts from WB, pay the licensing fees for that, pay the licensing fees for DC.
So buy WB then.
Yeah.
By dude, they're already bought by Discovery. Like they AT&T. So,
that's
a lot of money, bro. That's like billions of dollars. That's a lot of money.
I see what Xbox did. Xbox couldn't be, you know, like we can't make any developers from the ground up. Let's just buy them.
And plus, actually, if Sony did buy WB in terms of everything, definitely would also like. I don't think would go through, because then they would own a huge percentage of the movie market as well.
Yeah. But hey, you know, you get some better Batman games. Ain't that right, Red Hood, Mister? I don't like Arkham Knight. I don't like Arkham Knight because there's too much Batmobile.
Okay, I did say that. Like, it definitely did have too much Batmobile. Like, come on. Like, the boss battles in City were, like, amazing. The boss battles. And then Origins copied City boss battles. And Knight's story wasn't as good as the first two.
Yeah.
They got Mad Max. They got Shadow of Mordor. They got, what's the other one?
Mad Max, the same thing. They couldn't get the license for that either, because WB owns that movie franchise.
What's
all
up,
those
Eagles,
games took from Batman. All those combat systems are all from Batman. But they're good. It's a good fighting system. Sure.
Who's buying Sifu?
I probably will.
It's gonna get lost in the shuffle, I'm afraid, but I still want to play it.
I'll say. Like games, everybody's sleeping on it. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody's quiet.
You got Dying Light. And
I know.
Between that is Horizon, Sifu, and then Elden Ring. Like, what do people?
Yeah. Terrible months for these.
Sifu is still a $40 game or $50, depending on it.
It's $40. Yeah, it's $40.
Do you spend $40 on that, or do you buy a big AAA game? Like, it just people are gonna have to choose.
I'm torn right now between Elden Ring and Horizon. To be honest, I'm torn.
I wish Sifu came out in January. I think that would have been like a perfect month for it to flourish.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people were talking about stuff getting pushed back, because a lot of stuff did get pushed back, if I remember correctly. So,
conversation with Red Hood last night. I was under the consumption that Dying Light 2 canceled the last gen versions of the game, you know, or it got delayed. Maybe it got delayed and I just put cancel. But I guess there's a PS4 version, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine.
There's a free upgrade path too.
Yeah, but I can't imagine that game running on a PS4, like, and then on original Xbox One, like.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't want to miss out on the money. Yeah, they're like, oh, we got to drop it on the Relic. We gotta make it work. It's like.
I think they wanted to drop it, but they're like, you know, maybe they're like, you know, dude, you're losing way too much money if you drop it.
Yeah.
Like they want.
Well, plus, like the game is, what, like almost 2 years delayed.
Yes.
At least a year and a half, like almost 2 years. It feels like it, and it just feels like too, like they've spent so much time developing those versions. Like if they would have been the lead platform for a while, right? First like 3-4 years in development, and they've got to recoup all that cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't run the best, like they might as well just get it out of the door and at least recoup the money that they spent.
You know, and this whole Sony stock is falling, and you know what? It is falling if you look at it. But
That's business 101.
Everything will be all right. Trust me. Like, I just can't wait to fast forward the next 3 years. Like, really, if you think anything's gonna change, I really don't see it happening. I see Xbox gaining some ground, but in terms of them being the lead console, I don't see
Sony
it. I
won
don't
the
care
battle.
Game Pass, anything.
Yeah, Sony won the battle, but I don't think they won the war at this point with some of these investments, because as soon as next gen starts and they go, hey, Call of Duty, only here.
Listen,
totally, man.
Listen, just because you have a lot of land,
that's it.
Where would you rather live, Big Cloud, Russia or United States?
Trick question?
Answer the question.
Is that a trick question?
Yeah, exactly. My point is, look, and then there's like, oh, Xbox got 38 games. Sony's only like, I don't care. Let's see what they got, bro. Like I said, we all got we all got PCs, we all got consoles. Like, no matter where the games go, if the games are good, we're gonna play them, whether they're Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
Some of you guys take this shit to, like, listen, trolling and joking is one thing. Even I do it, but like it. I don't see Call of Duty being enough, like, to persuade people. Like the hardcore gamers are not going anywhere. The casuals, that's where they'll probably grab a few. But if you're saying 3 years from now, like the Modern Warfare 2 is the next big game. In Modern Warfare 2, they'll probably develop a whole new engine for Warzone, and that'll come bundled with Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to be a free aspect of the game. Like, I just don't see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, like, you know.
I mean, I agree with you now, right? The current state of COD, I don't think that's moving anything. But if we're talking about the love letter Call of Duty, like if they go back,
what's a love letter? Give me your optimal view of a Call of Duty love letter. What's a Call of Duty love letter? Like, oh my god, I have to play it. What is?
Number one,
I would say 2019 Modern Warfare.
Yeah, that's the best Call of Duty in a decade. But give me something.
I mean, you can take that.
It?
You can take that and build upon Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2 type of
Modern Warfare
style.
2 is coming out.
No, I'm saying
that's gonna be. We're gonna have that.
No, I'm saying you could take that and build upon that type of thing. And
okay, but PlayStation will have
it. Build upon that type of thing. Bring back the Modern Warfare 2 OG feel type of vibe with it. That's what I will go with. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You bring back the love.
There's nothing. Call of Duty.
You have to do it.
Once you have a dog for 10 years, you can tell them to roll over and play dead. It's the same old tricks. There's nothing they can do that'll make.
You want the target fighters?
You want
them to get the target fighters, sink through the walls?
But Big Cloud, have first-person shooters evolved at all in the last 20 years? They're the same fucking thing, dude. Aim down. There's not much, unless a developer comes up with a new concept or something unique. You aim down sights and you shoot. It's the same concept.
I would say
the thing is, you're talking about at that point we might as well ask for one game, Blaze, and that's Fear.
Nah, dude, Fear 3 is bad though.
Fear.
That doesn't mean they can't go back and make a good Fear.
They're not going.
You know what these first-person shooters are gonna focus on is the little things, like shooting somebody, putting a hole in the wall behind you, or when you shoot off metal, it ricochets and sparks, or blood coming out and having holes, like. Focus on that. Make me more immersed in these first-person shooters. But these first-person shooters go the easy way or out. The same old shit. Shoot a body. Nothing happens. The animations look like shit. The same old stiff fucking. It's just the same games over and over. And not just Call of Duty. I'm talking about Far Cry's. Go just look at all the first Halos. They're all the same shoot.
I will say this about Far Cry. You got bored with Far Cry in record time.
Damn.
Not record time. 138 hours is not record time. You got a lot of hours.
No, I don't know about that. I remember you said you had to drag yourself. Twitter. I remember you had to drag
yourself. I would say the one game that was innovative, that was last generation, was Respawn with Titanfall.
Yeah.
That was a really good game.
Doom is another one.
But the thing was, a lot of people didn't support it. Like Titanfall 1 had a great base, and then Titanfall 2 died off because they sandwiched it between Call of Duty and Battlefield, which I don't understand why they did.
But you know what? Even with them adding Titans, all they did is But even that, like, when I remember playing Titanfall and be like, dudes would be like, "Oh, let's just do pilot versus pilot." Like, people didn't even want to engage in the Titans because it was too ambitious. Like they couldn't, they were getting their ass kicked basically.
Yeah.
They wanted to do what's familiar to them, and that's just shooting another human being, not But I'm not saying it can't be done. Just the FPS genre is still, bro. It's still it needs something.
So, if Titanfall came around this time, what would you say that would that be? Would that be them changing the game?
Yo, third-person shooters are just, for me, they're just more. You can invest more into the character. You see what they're wearing. When they get shot, you see them react to it. When they're behind cover, you see the cover crumbling as they're behind cover. You don't get that. You miss all that in first person. Dude, third-person games are just better, bro. There's a reason why The Witcher 3 is looked at as one of the best games of all time, and God of War, and Last of Us, right? Like, first-person shooters were the thing in the 2000s up maybe to 2010. Like,
360 gen.
all the best games are third-person games nowadays. Not all the time. Like, you still got Dooms that come out, but id Software just makes you feel it's like butter, moving around, switching weapons. Like, they did it the right way. Yeah. But for the most part, first-person shooters get outplayed to me personally. Like, I'd rather play a third-person shooter or a third-person game over a first-person. That's just me.
What was that game that came out? Oh, yeah, Cyberpunk. That would have saved the third-person perspective if it actually worked. Come on, Paul. You don't want to say it. The customization, everything. I would have saved it, maybe.
I don't think so.
I'm using that loosely.
I don't think it would have saved it. But I mean,
using it loosely.
Like,
when I heard it was in first person, like, that was not a good thing for me. Right?
I know the heart just dropped. It was like, wow.
Especially after The Witcher.
Yeah. Oh, terrible experience that.
Well, Warzone 2 is supposed to actually be a next gen exclusive, or not even next gen, current gen, not cross gen, which is interesting to say the least. So definitely it could be lasting for like a good 7 or 8 years on the
BioShock was a good another first person game that I think of that was doing something different. Like, it's been done before, but it's usually
well, that's why, like, back in the 360 era, I played Halo and Gears, but I preferred Gears, right? I played Gears way more than I did Halo. I put in like hundreds or thousands of hours into both, but like Gears 1, 2, and 3, horde mode, like the online multiplayer was just more fun. Exactly like what you're saying. You can see your character, like you can see them running up behind cover, you can see them leaping over cover, right? Just makes it a lot more immersive and more exciting for me.
It's been one funny week. I don't know if y'all have been really paying attention to y'all Twitter feeds, but Aaron Greenberg, man, he made a splash, man.
that was ridiculous, man.
He needs to grow up.
The reactions has been hilarious.
No, but I mean, no.
It's hilarious.
Let me clarify. I think the reaction to it is ridiculous. Like, first of all, if I was Aaron Greenberg, I don't think I would have done my profile picture. Maybe I would have like tweeted or something like that. But like the profile picture was a bit much. But I mean, like the reaction to it was like way over the top, man. Like, who cares? Like, dude, let's just put it this way: if you bought Crash Bandicoot, your company bought Crash Bandicoot, you went into work and you're like, it's our IP now. Like, we're gonna own Crash. Would you not be over the moon? Like, would you not be like, shit, this is amazing. Like, I love Crash. Like, I mean, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get why he's so excited and wants to do that. But I mean, like, again, I don't think that he should have went that way, because he like
Hunter, he's feeding into all the bullshit that all these guys say. Oh, come on, it's all about playing games and loving each other. But then you go, you're feeding into it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I think
yeah, no, totally. I definitely think that he treads a little bit into the tribalism too much with the X, like, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not really into all that. So But again, like I mean, like I saw his profile pic and I was like, okay. I kind of smirked and I was like,
you come back
next,
5 minutes later, you gotta do is go, oh, how dare! I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
This guy's happy. Aaron Grieber's happy that you got. Listen, Aaron, how do you feel to eat my leftover turkey, bro? Like you're happy to have my leftover. You can have that, bro. I've had that for years, bro. I don't know.
Lord, then
you have to like definitely agree that he did that really to troll PlayStation, right? Like,
oh, he did. It was a jab.
Just like he did with
of
the
all
CPU.
the characters that he could have picked that Activision has, he could have put on like Spyro, and that would have been, a little bit better, little bit better.
No, he did. He did it to get the reaction. Like if you're an exec as well as marketing, like these things happen. Like you got to take your jabs every now and then. He definitely knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
Because like PlayStation's done the same thing, especially with like their older marketing tools for like PlayStation 1 and with the crash, the guy
how
that
to
crashed
trade a game. Remember?
Yeah, how to trade a game.
He
And
actually like Crash went to Nintendo's headquarters.
Yep.
There was a commercial of him harassing Nintendo.
Yep.
Talking about
like Sony's done it before too. So I was like
yeah.
Like, I don't really care.
Right? He went to Nintendo, but it's not like he went to Nintendo with Luigi costume on. He went to Nintendo with the.
Oh yeah, but he decided to try.
It's definitely as cringe. This is definitely as cringe as him putting the CPU. Y'all remember with the Series X where he put the CPU? Yeah, they did have 4K. He's like, yeah, we do 8K, or I'm like,
if there was a regular person that did that, then I'd be like, that's very cringe. Like it's still cringe, but the man's getting paid for it at the end of the day. Whereas like if another person was doing that and they're not getting paid by Microsoft, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
But like no one, like if you were like a regular PlayStation fan and saw that, you shouldn't have like really blown out of proportion, because guess what's going to end up happening, which did end up happening, was other people in the community for Twitter literally was putting their Avi on top of the face with Crash.
Who would do that shit?
Not somebody in here or anything like that. But like,
I don't know, maybe Bliss. I don't know.
I think the only thing for me that rubs me a little bit the wrong way is the fact that Microsoft is always touting, when everybody plays, we all win and stuff like that.
Right.
Like they're always trying to be like, we want to open up
your
games
BFF
to everyone. We want everyone to be, to experience our games and all this stuff. And then like it's just complete like just corporate speak, right? Because I mean, like at the end of the day, they're going to make Bethesda games exclusive. They're going to make a bunch of Activision, Blizzard games exclusive.
Just like when you read between the lines of the cryptic tweets, like with the Game Pass last thing we got, Hunter, with the he says our desire to put these games here, but but he doesn't guarantee that you're going to get them. It's like, we know you're not going to do it because you want something in return and you want Game Pass.
Like I get why they say stuff like that, because that is literally just what marketing does. They just try to appeal to your emotions. But like as a consumer, you just can't buy into it, right? Like, and if there's anyone out there that like actually thinks that they're just, they want gaming for everyone and they don't want to take away anything from anyone, it's completely nonsense, right?
Oh yeah,
it's they're a company just like Sony, just like Nintendo, that they're out to take your money. They're out to make products that you're gonna buy and try to squeeze as many dollars out of you as possible. They're not your friend. Nobody's your friend. Sony's not my friend. Nintendo's not my friend.
Yeah, I will admit that.
Gran Turismo is gonna get delayed?
What's that?
Do you think Gran Turismo will be delayed?
I don't think so.
That's what I was calling him. I was like, dude, Horizon just got gold, so like literally wait a week or two and I'll probably go gold for Gran Turismo.
I made a bet with this guy. Yeah. I gotta do something foolish that he likes. Basically we both gotta like give it up, like bend the knee, get on your knees, and apologize. Like he's saying, yeah, it's gonna get delayed. Watch, haha. I'm like, dude, it's not. And I made this bet months ago. And I'm just saying, Gran Turismo should be going gold anytime soon. I had this conversation with Red Hook. It should be going gold like in the next, what, you said a few weeks or so, maybe?
I would say a week or two, something like that. Because it comes out March, right? Yeah. The first week of March. So I would say maybe 3 weeks max, maybe.
Yeah, but what gave me confidence is I'm positive that I just read recently that it got rated, right? Like the ESRB rated Gran Turismo, and I think that there was another one like the Korean board or something like that. Like I saw a few of them that went out, right? And that
there was this like Gran Turismo event they canceled or something. Did you hear about that?
What's that?
There was like a Gran Turismo event that got canceled.
Oh yeah, but that was never actually announced though. This is like this is why like Reddit and like the internet is just a wild place. It's like somebody makes up a rumor or right, like, oh, like this thing's gonna happen, and then like 2 weeks later there's another rumor that it got canceled. But it's like it never got confirmed in the first place. So you can't cancel something that was I don't know. I mean, like, sure, maybe something was planned and got canceled, but I don't think so. I mean, it's
exactly.
we would probably know by now because it's just over a month. It's like 5 weeks out, right? Like it's coming out so soon. They would know by now. And why would they want to wait? The only reason why I could think they want to wait is they don't want bad news before Horizon hits. But they're not going to wait until Horizon hits because that is already like another couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like 3 weeks it comes out, and then Gran Turismo comes out 2 weeks later. So they're not going to postpone the game 2 weeks before it comes out. I don't think.
Yeah, I will say this though. I don't know if y'all saw that weird cryptid tweet from Sony. I think it was for Japan.
Yeah,
they had like 1, 2, 3, and people were thinking it was 1, 2,
it was supposed
3
to be an ad, right?
back. Yeah, somebody said it was like some kind of like it was like a concert
like
or something.
It was a singer.
Yeah,
it was
like a singer's concert,
like a new song that they collaborated with.
Yeah.
My thing is this: why are we tweeting this? Like, everybody's waiting for you to respond to the whole Activision deal. Like, why are we tweeting this type of stuff? Like,
no, that's bullshit. People look into shit too much, bro. They read. They're so desperate for shit. They're so desperate for content on their channel. They're so desperate for news that they see 1, 2, 3. They're like, oh, PlayStation 1, 2, 3. That's it. Like, no, that's not what they said. Okay.
And then you got other people stoking the flames and trying to say, something
it's back and pat,
that it's not.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on now.
I'm over here looking. I'm like,
plus, like, my feeling too is that stuff like this gets planned a long time in advance, right? Like they probably have been working on this for a couple of months at minimum with this artist, right? And it just so happens that they tweet this. It was literally like days or a week after there was like all these weird things that were happening, like PS3 games were appearing in the PS5 store for purchase, right? And like the trophy thing that happened, right, where there was that glitch for like 12 hours. PS4 trophies were showing up as PS3, right? So it's just like, like basically what I'm saying is Sony planned this months ago, and it just so happens that it launched around the same time that all this weirdness was happening.
You know what the issue is too? They don't have the infrastructure in place. You know what I mean? Like to make it seamless. At least right now, they have to like do bit by bit type of thing to get it running.
Well, we don't know what they have in place, right? But we don't know.
We don't. But it's rough. Yeah.
No.
I mean, we're just now about to get dynamic themes, for God's sakes, Bliss.
I'm waiting for dynamic themes, man. Like I'm so used to pre-ordering. Like I pre-ordered Dying Light, and I'm looking at it, and it says I went to go look at the different. I didn't pre-order, but I went to go look at the different versions, and I'm looking at what version gives you what. I'm like, oh, is there any early access? Is it whatever? But usually, if I pre-order that on a PS4, I guarantee you, it's coming with a dynamic theme for your background. And that might not be a big deal to you, but that's customization. Like there's some Bloodborne themes. I got Dark Soul themes that are unique that nobody really got unless they pre-ordered the game, and it's just cool. It's just like if it just showcases your favorite game and it makes your background look totally different. And look, now Xbox is the one that's got dynamic themes and PlayStation don't. Now they don't got many. They're not doing what PlayStation did. Like there's no pre-order bonuses, but they still have some that.
Oh, they'll be there down the road. Yeah, they always start slow with that type of stuff, and then you'll have a whole bunch by the couple years.
Still blows my mind how many features the PS4 had that PS5 doesn't from a user interface, right? Like
the PS3,
it was such a step back folders.
Yeah,
no, how is there no folders?
Like, yeah, but look at the PS3 to the PS4. It was such a step back. It happens every generation. Like PS3 has the most features I've ever seen on a console.
I see dudes get criticized, I'm sorry, not criticized. I see dudes get flamed for saying this, but y'all know how like y'all navigate the menu on the PS5. A lot of people really say it is a pain, a chore to navigate the PS5 menu compared to the 4.
It's different. It's
definitely
enough.
different. Yeah.
You know, you hold on. How many people hold on the PS button to shut off their console?
I do. Yeah. I still do it.
That was a weird change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're actually making some progress though. Like the trophies. You remember how when PS5 first launched, the trophies were all horizontal, and now it's like a vertical scroll, just like PS4. God. But like, just weird things that like, who actually looked at the horizontal and said like, this is an improvement.
You know what it was?
I mean, it was universally panned.
Style. Yeah, they went for style over substance.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they went for. They went for style over substance.
For sure. From from a visual perspective, yes, like it's more visual, but it's like
you know
we use trophies for functionality, right? Like
right.
We don't want pretty things with our trophies. We want the list. We want to see the name of the trophy, what I have to do to get that trophy, and that's all we want to see. 25 trophies on one screen.
Right. You know,
that was the annoying thing. The cards were so
4K.
big. You remember that?
Yeah, they were so big.
Yeah.
You had to flip through 5 times to see all the trophies. It's just
they were highlighting the living shit out of our the actual the interface is 4K. And I'm sitting there going, why are we highlighting that the interface is 4K? I'm like, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, it looks really great, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, it's mine. You know what I mean? Like when I look at it, it's not my PS 5.
It looks crispy as hell, man. It looks nice. It's bro, the PlayStation's gonna they should know this now. All right, they made mistakes to PS3. They came back PS4. They did dude, the PS4 was almost like a flawless launch.
Yeah.
They had all the they started bringing back themes and folder. Like just when something's working and people like it, I'm not saying don't do the Apple thing, right? Don't make any changes. The last 10 years that the interface has been the exact fucking same thing. Everything's the same. But you can make incremental changes where it looks, like a fresh look, but keep the substance the same, bro. Like that's it. Like it's not. I don't understand who's. Man, I'm telling you, man. How hard is this shit, bro? This shit can't be that hard, bro. Like,
yeah. There's still a whole bunch of features on PS5 that I don't use. Like there's what is it? I think it's called the game base, where you can supposedly flip between games. I don't find it to be any faster, more efficient than just going back to the main menu. I don't really know what the point of that was. I thought it was almost like how Xbox has quick resume. That's what I thought it was, right? Where it's like
the way that
a quick menu where. But then it doesn't even have quick resume. It's like every time you click on a game, it just it reloads.
Hunter, that fucking quick resume is the biggest marketing scam. Quick resume. Now that I got my Series X, does it work? Yeah, it works. Is it fast? Yeah, it's fast. But dude, I never use it to the point where oh yeah, this is why it's not a big deal. It's there, but it's not one of this big selling point like you guys made it seem. And bro, the PS5 has the best streaming shit. When BitCloud was playing Demon Souls and I was playing Demon Souls, I'm watching his gameplay on the bottom corner of my screen. All right, and we're just over here going through the motions. I'm like, no, BitCloud, you got to go down the stairs, and he telling me oh yeah, come this way, go through, and we're watching each other's, his streams right at the bottom, and it's clear as hell, bro, and there's no delay. They got some great features, man. They just, they gotta,
need to iron them out. That's
UI is important, man. They gotta listen to the UI. The UI is a fucking mess, bro. It's been a mess since day one. They just gotta clean some shit up, man. Take the feedback and try to do what you can.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Even I find funny my downloads too is not as seamless. For PlayStation 4, you just go, you click on your downloads and you see everything. But here, PS5, you gotta hit the PS button, right? And then there's 4 icons you gotta move over to, and then you click on it, and then I think there's another window that pops up that shows uploads and downloads, and then you gotta click it. You gotta click again. I'm like,
Where's that
You
quick
gotta
menu?
Why is it like 3 button clicks to just see my download?
Downloads
quick-
are fast though. They're really fast downloads.
Yeah.
The quick menu was fire. I think we just say it right now. The little quick menu for PS4. We just click it and then select 4 that you're known for going to. Boom. That needs to be returned.
One thing that we like I've been thinking about a lot too lately with all this like metaverse stuff that's going on around with Facebook and all this, like Sony has to be like kicking themselves with PlayStation Home, right? Like they dropped that obviously, and you know there's still a fan base. Like it seems like I was reading like fans actually recreated Home, right? So there's like a version I think you can download. I think was for PS4, but it's like, man, like they got to be kicking themselves. Imagine they like continue supporting Home. Right?
They were making money up the ass in Home, bro. Just like a cosmetic shirt for your Home character, $10-$20, bro.
Damn.
Like, I'm telling you, they were making money.
I do remember
Look
that,
at VR chat. VR chat has exploded with popularity. It's the same.
Sure. I'd be shocked.
They need to bring it back.
Absolutely shocked if PlayStation VR 2 launches and doesn't have a Home, like a Home type thing, right? Like they just have to. That's what everyone's talking about. VR chat, like what you're saying, man. Yeah, like it's honestly like for me, it's not really the big thing. Like I thought Home was all right, and I checked it out every now and again. It wasn't something that I checked out every day, but I think there's just huge potential there, and like it's just funny when people like major news outlets these days are like talking about the metaverse, and we're like, dude, like we've been using the metaverse since like 2010 or 2008 or whatever Home launch, right? Like.
Yeah. You know what I miss about Home, Hunter? Y'all remember the bowling alley? Like the little game room and the pool table? That was like the best part about the actual whole thing. I think that game really did it well, was the pool.
Well, think about too, like especially now with like, you know, our COVID area and everyone's staying at home. Like I remember like there was like the theater in there, right? Where you could go in, like you could see trailers and stuff like that, right? Like just imagine the hype of like Sony announcing their next big game and the trailer launches in PlayStation Home, right? Like I sure as hell would have went there and like sat on my virtual chair.
Bro,
what if they did E3 like coverage like that? Like they was like, hey guys,
bro, that would be huge.
Yeah,
they can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because they do with concerts too, like VR concerts and stuff like that.
Like, hey, experience it in VR. You're actually here at the Game
Yo,
Awards.
Big Cloud, there's an app on the Quest 2. It's called Big Screen VR. And what it is, okay? It's a free download. Dude, they got movies all the time for free in 3D. Like you go to a movie theater, you watch a show in 3D, a movie, it's the same concept. You're seeing it in 3D. So you're sitting down in a movie theater and you got your friends next to you. Okay, I've tested this out. So you guys are all in the movie theater, sitting next to each other. You can have your fake popcorn and shit, but you rent the movie for $3 and it's in 3D, like legit 3D. Like things are popping at your face because you're using a VR helmet, and it's such a dope concept. So I'm thinking like if PSVR can have like the Sony VR theater or something like that, like watch events, watch movies, bro. Watching a movie in 3D on the Quest, and you're at a fucking drive-in, you can change the scene whatever you want. It's so cool, bro. It's such a cool concept.
Well, Sony for E3 before actually had it playing inside movie theaters, right? Like you could actually get tickets and like go to your local theater and watch the E3 conference, right? So I can't like. Yeah, it would be phenomenal, right? I've told you guys before, I've been down to E3 and I've been to like 10 Sony conferences down there, and like there's nothing like being down there.
And being at the screens.
And being like when they announced God of War and they had like the live orchestra, that was phenomenal. But you can do that now with VR. Like imagine me sitting down here and I've got my VR headset on, I've got my 3D audio, I've got my buds Blaze. Big Loud, Red, we're all sitting down here watching. Like that would just be amazing. That would be a way better way to experience what Sony could offer at an E3 versus like State of Play, which are kind of state of stale at this point. But
but piggyback off what you're saying is like they definitely should do it because of PS3 and they had that infrastructure set in place, but because of now the hardware that they have with PSVR 2 and PlayStation 5, they could do so much with it. And
it's a pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they could do like stuff like with VR chat. Like literally, you could play basketball. You could do Among Us. Like all these things you can create. Like you could even have it where users are creating custom like servers or worlds or stuff like that. And then if you want to make it like your avatars are having like shirts and stuff like that, Blaze is saying, like, dude, that could definitely be a money pit, and they could definitely make quite a bit of money. And having like Sony shows or something like that you want to pay for to watch it with a group of people, because that's what VR chat you could do. Like you could do it for free though, watching TV shows and movies with a group of people in VR chat and stuff. But like it definitely like it's quite popular, and I think Sony should definitely pursue it in some aspect.
You know, I'm confused. I'm a little confused by the PS5 because we have the wish list option now, but we don't have the option to gift. Why?
Yeah.
I want that. Also, yeah. I also want the option to invite a friend. Like if you're like on Netflix or something like that, like you'd be able to tag your friend and go, "Hey man, I'm watching this. Want to join in?" type of thing with Netflix. That'd be dope. Like you can.
Well, they would have to do something with Netflix. So that's
because they don't have that. Disney Plus has that. Disney Plus has Group Watch, but Netflix for whatever reason doesn't offer that at all, and HBO Max doesn't, or even Hulu for that matter.
Damn, not even Hulu? Oh man.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I'm seeing people in the chat talking about games that Sony released last year. That's actually a good point. Like, you know, they had Kena, Returnal, Deathloop, Ratchet. It still like blows my mind where people were complaining like, oh, there was nothing to play. It was like such a bad year, and I'm like, did we experience the same year? Because
you know, you gotta like have
their set the best year for sure. It wasn't the best year ever.
Games subject, like games that appeal to you and games that you might think is amazing. I might be like, man, I'm not interested. Like I'm a big Ratchet fan. I don't know what it was about this. I beat 2016. I loved it, and I don't know about Rift Apart. Like I gotta get to it because it's not a long game and it's a beautiful game. And I just, for whatever reason, I don't know if I was not in a good mood health-wise or whatever, but I played it, and I never went back to it. And it was so weird because that was the one game I was looking forward to. Like, dude, Ratchet and Clank looks fucking banana. Like, I couldn't wait to play it. And then I got it, and it's like it was so weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Returnal was great, though. You know, as frustrating as it was, it was different enough to keep me, you know, chasing it, you know, but, you know, we had Resident Evil. It was...
Yeah, Resident Evil was like the
next
gen game for me.
Decent year. I guess it really does depend on what types of games you like you said, Blaze, and I think it also depends on where you play, right? Because, like, as you guys know, I play on every console, so, like, you know, games like Metroid Dread I thought were amazing, right? And if you don't have a Switch and you miss that, you know, it's too bad because it's such a good game. But yeah, if you're looking at like maybe like platform by platform, sure, it wasn't the best year, but I think overall, even with Xbox, right, with like Halo, and like they ended off the year pretty strong, right? So it was like there was pretty good games that came out on PlayStation and Nintendo for the first half of the year, and then the latter half I think took off. I think with Xbox.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The Xbox had 2 games released at the end of the year, and all of a sudden, oh my God, we won the you know, look at Xbox. It's like, bro, yeah, but you guys, these Xbox guys, were just dismissing, like you said, what happened throughout the rest of the year. They're just saying, oh well, from November to December, we got it, we win. Like what? Like did you just forget about, you know, January, February, March? Like you know what I mean? They kind of just skipped that, right? You know, it's funny how things work.
Well, I mean, I suspect it's gonna be the same thing this year, right? Like, we're gonna have like, you know, Uncharted today. We've got Horizon in 3 weeks. We've got Gran Turismo coming out. There's gonna be God of War. There's gonna be Seafood, but then we're gonna get on the Xbox side probably Redfall. It looks like seems like September, August, around there. Yeah, maybe October. Yeah, I can't remember the exact date, but
because it got delayed.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, I think, summer, right? And then it got pushed ahead a few months, and then we're gonna get Starfield at the end of
In
the year. So
November.
it's dude, it's gonna be the same thing.
Did they show
Like, it's
gameplay
like-
of Starfield yet?
We're gonna
no.
have like amazing games on PlayStation.
No, but Hunter, but by June or July, you know, with what's the other Square game that they're making? Real quick.
Oh,
Final Fantasy
Forspoken.
16.
Spoken.
Spoken. So look, you got Sifu, Gran Turismo,
Forspoken's May.
Horizon.
Yeah,
May.
Babylon's Fall, which is kind of a
Man.
wild card.
Bro,
looks
so
okay,
by the time mid-year hits, PlayStation's already got 5 exclusives to none. Just like that, you know, with all this game talk, all this acquisition talk, just like that, PlayStation's already got 5 exclusives to Xbox 0.
And
like,
that's not
what I'm
including
saying.
16, Blaze. Final Fantasy 16, because we're supposed to get an update in spring about it. It may come out this year, fall.
But my thing is all the game acquisition, all the company acquisition, but it's not going to affect the short term. It's going to affect the long term. Yes, you'll see a big difference, but nothing's. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nothing's really going to change. You're not going to see the effects of this shit for a long time. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, the last topic I got for you guys. This is actually pretty simple, quick. It's from Ubisoft. So according to the vice president, Yves Gilman, I think, who said it, he says, and I quote,
Please not NFT.
gamers just don't
make me
get
leave
it.
the room.
You don't like them? You don't like why don't you like them?
I thought you were gonna talk about the like the reuse assets for Horizon.
Yeah.
I thought
That was definitely a huge
please go there and
conversation.
not-
Yeah, we go into we go into. Dudes were complaining about Horizon because they were showing off the I think it was the rope swing. Like she slides
Yeah,
down
it was
the
mechanic.
rope swing, yeah.
Rope swing. Is the exact same as the other one. I'm sitting there going, okay. They're like, no, it's reused assets, nothing new.
That's why I made
Yeah,
that
but
tweet.
Yeah, like
That's
they're
it.
copy and paste. That's the
I don't know
word.
if
the
you
thing
see
is
it.
though is like everybody knows that every publisher developer
Exactly.
like it was a pure 100% troll. That's all it was, just to like make Sony fans get irate, just get clout attention. Like we all know Microsoft does it. If you look at Gears and Halos, like you could do the exact
So
same
they're on
thing.
Forza 15. They're on Halo 15. They're on Gears.
Yeah,
like cut it out.
And this isn't the first
Uncharted,
time
man, oh God.
they did that either. Like it was another dude who did the same thing with God of War Ragnarok with the boat animation and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming the guy that I'm not gonna say his name because don't want to like give this man more publicity. But yeah, like straight up, they had developers from other games like come into it and stuff like that, and like you had Insomniac dev, you had a Crystal Dynamics dev, and some other devs, and then there were some fanboys. Like there was an Xbox fanboy that was criticizing, and then like a Crystal Dynamic dev too. Like, and then like if you look past his tweets and stuff like that, he was like pro Crystal Dynamic too because of Perfect Dark and stuff like that. And it's just like at the end of the day, it's like you shouldn't be complaining about things that are reuse animations, because why would you use a reuse like a new animation and create more work for yourself with such a small thing?
Yep.
It's just
Red Hood,
dumb.
a direct sequel, like especially when it's a direct sequel, like there's no reason for them to go out and dig and try to create something new when the current animation already looks beautiful and fluent. Like it's a direct sequel. Okay, it's different when Halo's using the same sound effects and they're on Halo 5. Like that's there's a difference, bro. Halo 5 had the same boss fight over and over and over and over and over. Okay, and it's like, hey, Microsoft is literally a copy and paste when it comes to their games. They've been doing this for the last 20 years. So like when he wrote copy and paste, like it's not that I got triggered. I just wanted to remind them, like, dude, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You're literally defending the company that all they do is copy and paste. That's
You put on your Sony hat, don't you say? You put on the Sony hat? You went blue.
Yeah, and I think
500 likes, so fuck it.
The funny thing was the guy who played Arthur Morgan even said something too about that tweet as well, which I was shocked. I didn't think a VA was going to say something about it either.
Yeah.
The sucky thing is like the guy got so much attention for this that you have to imagine it's just going to bring more of this, right? Like there's
He's been doing
like
it.
if
He's been doing
if that
it,
happened,
so fuck it.
I was gonna say like if that happened to me, if I did this tweet and like I got this reaction, like you even see like the major gaming news outlets like create articles about this too, right? Like he this is literally like making national gaming news,
Yeah.
right?
No,
If that happened to me, I'd be so embarrassed, like, oh my God, I can't believe I said something so idiotic and like got called out on national gaming websites, like. But that's just me, right? Like
but you have a following. Like, this guy has a following, but he has no foundation around him. He's not a YouTuber. He's just a guy on Twitter that literally pokes fun at PlayStation all day. That's all he does. I don't even think he has a job. He probably looks like a blimp and a hot air balloon combined, and this is his life. So.
Oh, totally, for sure. That's why, like, that I'm just saying it's too bad because like for guys like that, they just look at all this attention and just be like, man, like this is like the biggest W ever, right? Like, I got them, I win. I'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see if we can get on the websites again, get all over Reddit, Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's up about this. I'm gonna say that topic will make it happen though. Yeah,
like that. That's actually why I used to actually engage in some of those conversations, but like when that Aloy stuff came, because to me it's like the best reaction I can do to folks like that is just ignore them, just
ignore them or block, or mute or something. That's what I usually do. I just keep it moving.
Yeah. I mean, you engage with them and it's just gonna make them like reinforce the behavior, right? Where they're like, I'm gonna do that again tomorrow. Something even more stupid and ludicrous. But like just on the topic too, I mean, I would much rather them reuse this animation and not spend time, like essentially wasting time redoing an animation that already looks super smooth and looks fine. I'd rather have that time spent on world creation, the story, like graphics, like just build a better story. And if there's anything like the funny thing is too is like if you don't see videos like this, probably most of us wouldn't even really clue in that it's the exact same, right? Like no one's gonna be like remember like Aloy, like she swung the exact same way on the PS4, right?
Crazy thing, Hunter, is that guy probably watched the full reveal and he's like he's paying attention to, what I mean? He literally sat there, like, dude.
It's like the same dudes that was saying that Kratos can't jump. You remember that, Blaze? Yeah. Same thing.
But let's be honest too, man. We know where this is coming from, and no point hiding it, man. It's just jealousy. That's all it is, right? It's like when people did the Kratos can't jump, they're jealous. Like they're jealous that they want a God of War. Whoever this dude is that's posting about Horizon, he wants a Horizon. Like if you honestly don't care about a game, would you actually talk about it? Would you tweet about it?
Yeah, he's actually promoting it. He doesn't realize that too.
Totally, man. And I'm not surprised too, because like if I couldn't play Horizon, I sure as hell would want to play Horizon, right? So I totally get it. But I mean, like all these people that are just making fun of stuff, like it's just coming from a place of jealousy, man. They all want it.
I wouldn't say that though. I wouldn't say that.
You don't think so?
Nah, so it's like, okay, so it's more of a mental thing. Because you remember when Horizon went to PC? Dude destroyed his entire PC setup. I know you saw that video. It was on Twitter.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
All for the reaction, Big Cloud. Yeah. It's all for a reaction at the end of the day.
Not all of them go for a reaction. A lot more of that invested.
Big Cloud.
But that was...
a lot of people... 90% of people do shit for a reaction. You might think they got mental health issues, and maybe they do. But I'm telling you, not all these dudes are just putting on an act for the most part.
That's true.
I'm telling you, everything is an act, dude. Yeah. A lot of it is a persona and an act. Don't tell me about it because I used to do it. I used to do the whole Sony skits, and they would blow up and everything. But it is what it is, bro.
I mean, it's definitely an act because I remember back was a PS4 Pro where people were like, "Oh, the PS4 Pro or PlayStation 4, I forgot which one, was overheating," and then you find out, and then he takes a picture, and then you find out it was like literally he probably used a lighter and just did it on the edge.
Oh, like he burned
it look
the
like
system?
It melted.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, he burnt the console.
Yeah, that's why I get so frustrated sometimes when I'm looking through YouTube and like when I'm searching for games and you see the thumbnails, right? Where you see like all these people with these ridiculous reaction faces on their
Mm-hmm.
right. It's just like, I agree with Blaze, man. It's all just like one big show, man. Like nobody when they're like playing games are constantly like, you know what I mean? Sure, there's a couple of moments where I'm like doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
I love those thumbnails though.
Yeah. But yeah, man, for sure that dude that's like smashing his PlayStation, like he did it exactly to get on podcasts like this and get on Twitter and get on Reddit, right?
Yeah.
Like he did it just so people talk about it. And
it'd be funny when dudes just smash it for the clout. Like, you know that dude McJugger Nuggets? Like, he created his whole channel just destroying consoles.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. That was his whole thing. That was his whole shtick.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that did that with PS5. I don't remember the YouTubers, but like there was a bunch where it's like, oh my gosh, I smashed my PlayStation 5. This was like, 2 weeks after it came out, when it was like the hottest thing and nobody could get their hands on it.
Everybody looked at him like, oh, was that supposed to offend me?
Dude, I watched like some YouTube video of like a dude that was like, he was like, I got the Guinness World Record for stacking PlayStation 4 consoles, and his video is him. He had like, I don't know, like 50 or something. Like it was like, like taller than him, this whole stack, and then suddenly it like obviously comes crashing down at the end or whatever, right? But
oh my god. Shit, Boogie to 988. That was another one. He did the
360, right?
The 360, yeah, the 360. Where he was like just breaking it with the Guitar Hero controller. So yeah, I agree. Oh wild stuff.
But I know you wanted to mention the NFT nonsense that went around. So let's
raised over
it. I'm sure I'm gonna be talking for the group, but you guys obviously pipe in with your opinions. But like, we're not dumb. Nobody's dumb. We all understand the NFT market, right? Like he was just like, oh, like that doesn't. They're not like as educated enough. Like they don't know the benefits. We know, man. We know. Like the thing is that a lot of us out there, I don't think we want our games to turn into an economy.
Yep.
Like
that's
like
it.
It's leisure time, man. It's leisure. I spend all day working. I spend half my weekends buying stuff that I need, like groceries and crap. Like I spend a lot of time in working with money and economies. Like I want to play, when I play Horizon, I think economy and money is the last friggin' thing I want to think about. The absolute last. I want to like completely immerse myself in some other world where this bullshit of money and economy isn't there, right? Like, so I don't know. It's just like the fact that he's just saying like, we need more education essentially, and we need to like, it's going to take a while for us to embrace it.
Yeah.
I honestly think I'm kind of a pessimist in a way, because like I think with these things, like they just game publishers just ram this crap into their games, and then eventually people just buy into it. It happened with everything that we've seen, like DLC and microtransactions. We all hated it.
DRM shit,
horse armor crap,
loot boxes, right?
Oh
loot boxes.
How you feel about that? All the shit that we fought against in 2013, we've accepted in 2021 or 2022, and we're all doing it.
Yeah, we still like. People will still complain about it, but
they're supporting
like sometimes we'll find out like, oh crap, like this like full price game's gonna have microtransactions, and I'll see a few people tweeting about it, but it doesn't raise a storm. Like before it was like, man, this is a big deal. Like, don't put these microtransactions in my games. I hate it. Like, yeah, like
what happened was like at first like we didn't accept it at all. And then it was like, well, as long as it's not pay to win microtransactions, and it's cosmetics, and it went from like cosmetics. Now, like, bro, all you see is cosmetic microtransactions.
Yep.
And honestly, I commend these devs. Keep giving me beautiful shit to wear, and I'll buy it all day.
Dude, you bought all the damn Halo Infinite shit. Jesus Christ.
No, I didn't. I did that the first 2 weeks, but that's it.
I thought you were about to do him. He was showing out the screenshots.
I haven't bought anything.
Yeah, no, Blaze stopped playing that game for a while, but going back
he's
to
done? He's free? Wow.
Yeah, he's been free. But going back to NFT for Ubisoft, this is my philosophy. I'm not against nor for NFT, but when it comes to gaming though, I don't want NFTs in games. I've been pretty vocal about that, and like the problem with it is like NFTs in terms of what they're used for an artist, and you buy it and it may go up in value, or may not go up in value when you get the limited quantity and owning the right for it online, et cetera, et cetera. But when it goes into a game, those publishers will use that and abuse it, and it's not gonna do anything good for the game. It's gonna detract the game. It's gonna make it worse for the user, and I just don't think people want that, right? There's a whole different discussion about NFTs in general, but it being in the games, I'm totally not for that at all.
Yeah, like to me, the thing that's gonna suck when NFTs are in games that I love is that there's probably going to be points where I'm going to get an NFT, right? Like there's going to be some game that I'm going to play probably for 100 hours or whatever and get a couple of NFTs. And it's kind of like, I don't want anything to do with this. And it's like, why do I don't want to have to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to own an NFT. I never want to own an NFT. And it's like, if I have an NFT, there's probably going to be like an extra like tab menu or in the game or whatever, where I can like see my NFTs or like browse my NFTs. And it's just like, every time I see that, I'm going to be like, shit, I don't want this. Like, how do I get this out of my game? Right. And it's just like the constant reminder of that is going to be annoying. And then the other thing too, is like, as I mentioned earlier, like I want to escape when I play games. And it's like, NFTs are going to bring me back to the real world, right? Like it's tied into like the real world cryptocurrency, right? Blockchain. I don't want to think about all that BS. That's why like a lot of these games that I really like, and like some of them have like store tabs or whatever. Like I try to avoid them, right? Like some games, sure, like I'll go if I really like the game and buy a couple of cosmetics, but that's pretty rare, right? For the most part, I try to ignore all this stuff. Like Ubisoft games is a good example, right? Almost all their games have like press whatever button in the main menu to go to the store, right? Like I've like filtered out that button in my brain, so like when I'm playing their games, I like never hit the button, so I never actually go to the store, right?
That's the first button. That's the first thing I check is the store. What do they got for me? That's the first. If I like the game, the first thing I do is check the store, bro. What do you got for me, baby?
Dude, are you an NFT guy then?
I'm all for it, baby.
Yeah, dude, Blaze loves microtransactions.
There you go.
Dude.
He's a problem.
I'm not the problem. Cosmetics, listen, what does a cosmetic, doesn't affect the gameplay, doesn't make my game easier. It's just a fucking t-shirt or a skin. It doesn't affect you or the gameplay. It don't.
Okay, Blaze, what about Last of Us multiplayer? Were you buying the shotguns and all that stuff?
The crossbow?
Then,
back then I didn't even by the time all that shit started rolling out, I was already getting turned off with the game. Honestly.
Oh man.
That's when the game was getting broken.
The game died as soon as the crossbow was integrated with that bleeding effect.
Yeah. Seriously, so like I can't really comment on that because I didn't even know. Honestly, I used to be against it, but now like if I like the game, man, like let me get some shit, man. Especially if it's a third person game, like please, or like look, like I said, it doesn't hurt you or me. Okay, it might hurt my wallet, but it doesn't affect gameplay. It doesn't affect anything. How does it affect you? It doesn't.
But here's the thing though. I disagree that it doesn't affect you, because when you are playing, like I'll give like Apex Legends as an example, right? When I was playing it, right? I like for the first couple of seasons, I didn't want to buy anything because I'm not into that, right? And so like eventually after about 3 seasons or so, and I saw people wearing like all these like cool things, right? I have to admit, like when I'm playing, I'm looking at their costumes, I'm like getting a little jealous. Like I wish I had that. Like I feel so plain, because I was like I pretty much had like the default skin, and so like I started to feel almost like I was like a lesser player, because I'm like everyone else has like these cool animations and like drop animations and cool outfits, and here I am just like falling normally and I look plain, right? So I have to like eventually I ended up buying a season pass so that I could get like a bunch of different outfits and stuff like that, and and so like I felt better about it. But like definitely there were moments where I felt crappier.
I do think developers will tone down the initial gear that you're wearing, right? Make it subdued and kind of like gray and black, nothing
you
real.
know this. They're gonna give you trash and then have all the good stuff.
So to make you, like you said. So I mean, I guess if you feel that way, but Hunter, you're my guy, bro. But even if Big Cloud's like, oh man, you look better than me. Like, well, fuck how you feel, Big Cloud. Sorry, go buy it. Like, I don't know, either earn it or buy it.
We're playing golf. We're playing golf. This asshole, like, the little golf club. This asshole has a damn wand as a golf club. I'm sitting going, really?
Yeah.
That's not you earned.
Nah, you
like
bought that.
For me, it's just the whole grind of it, though. That's the thing, right? Where it's kind of like even in season 3 Apex, when I started to actually get some cool outfits, I have to say, like, another couple of seasons later, I started to feel almost the same thing, right? Where it's like, now everyone else has all these new outfits that are even better, and I'm still wearing this like old crappy season 3 thing that doesn't look as cool as the season 5 one, right? So I don't know, like, it's I'm at the point now where if I want to buy something, I just go ahead and I buy it. But it sucks because not everyone has that luxury, right? Not everyone can just go and buy shit all the time, especially games for kids or whatever that just don't have the money to buy all this stuff, right? But
you just told me, hey guys, Uncharted is only $10. I get a fucking ice caramel macchiato every day for $10. So it's priorities. It's like, bro, you spend $10 a day on just a donut and a coffee. You know what I mean, Hunter? And
yeah, dude.
Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on, real quick. When I'm at Starbucks, you're at Starbucks. Hold on. No. When he's at Starbucks and I'm at Starbucks and I order. And mine comes out, she gives me my little medium coffee, and he comes out with a large coffee. I'm like, damn, like, he got a large coffee. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Oh my god!
Huh?
I totally get what you're saying, but I do definitely think there's a difference between buying like a $10 Halo Infinite skin versus buying a $10 to upgrade, to the best games from last gen, right? Like there's a pretty big significant difference in terms of what you're buying, right?
There's no
but I get what you're saying, dude. Like there
are some people that, like, for whatever reason, value like, hey, skins more than like an upgrade for a game.
It's almost
there are people like that.
Everybody knows that if we're playing a game, Blaze is gonna go buy the coolest shit. That's just my persona. Like, if we're playing a game, I'm gonna have the nicest shit because I want it. That's it. Like, it's a bad habit, And look, I look at it like, man, I work hard for my money. If I want to buy a shiny skin that rotates and has a dildo coming out of it, then let me buy it. Like, that's it. Like, I get what you're saying though. Maybe I am a problem, but I'm just one problem.
You are the problem.
But here's the thing though, man. Like, don't you at least think that some of this DLC is way overpriced?
Yep.
Like $10 for an armor, like,
or $10 for cat ears, right?
Yeah, like, it's too much money.
Like, don't you think it should be like 40 cents, man, or $1, $2?
Absolutely.
No, like $1,
like $2, like $2 for an armor.
Hunter, you know what they do?
$10 or $1 for a helmet.
Hunter, like Halo is selling a bundle, and it was like 1,000 coins, and then they're selling another bundle, and it was 1,300 coins, and then you go to the store to buy these coins, and you're forced to buy a select $10, $20. So essentially what they did is they forced you to buy a $20 coin bundle plus an extra $5 bundle just to cover the 300
Dude,
extra.
It's like hot dogs and buns, right? It's like hot dogs come in like what? Packs of 12 and buns come in packs of 10. So you always got to buy more.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, man. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it sucks that you can't actually you can't just like check out like a store, right? You can't.
Yeah.
If it's a $549 armor, I want to spend $549. I don't want to spend $10 and have like $450 of extra in-game currency that I don't have jack.
And PlayStation never used to PlayStation up until like 2016 or something like that. I don't know what the exact date, but PlayStation never used to tax. So you'd buy $10, you'd buy PS Plus for $10, you'd buy a game for $50, it would be $50 no tax. Then PlayStation finally gave into, I don't know if it's the government.
I think it was the regulators and
the regulators. They're like, dude, you got to put tax. If Massachusetts requires you to tax, and you got to tax. So my guy Solid Rev lives in Florida. He pays $0 per game. Like he pays $60. It's $60. There's no tax. I have to pay an extra $6 for the same game. It's bull. It's
Yeah.
The same thing used to also happen with Amazon. Like taxes, there were like no taxes and stuff like that. And then the government's like, wait a minute, we need to have taxes on here, and then it happened.
Same with the PS Store where I live. It was tax free. I think just recently they added tax.
Yep.
Blaze, man, every game that you buy, I'm going to ask you about microtransactions. Every damn game, I want to know I want to know the latest armor that you bought, the latest.
Boots, he's going to buy it. If it's dope, he bought it.
Hunter, when I message you, Hunter, and I'm not joking, when I say, Hunter, look, if you get an extra code here or there, I'll give you $100. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I'm dead. I'm not trying to tell you that so I get oh, you know what, Blaze? I'll just give it to you because you're Blaze. No. I'm telling you that because I'm dead serious. Like I if I want it, I obsess over. See these headphones? I watched one review and I watched another review and I watched another review and I obsessed over it until I just bought it. That's I'm sick, dude. I'm sick in the head.
He like programs himself to go for it.
Blaze, man, you gotta lobby to Sony to gift NFTs because if you can gift NFTs, you're my guy, dude. I don't want any of that bull crap in my games.
Hey,
I'll gift you every last NFT, man.
They gotta allow gifting. Period. They're the only. I think even Nintendo lets you gift at this point. Like they're the only platform that doesn't. I don't get it.
There's no way Nintendo. Wait, there's no way Nintendo gives.
I feel like you can send gifts on Nintendo. I swear. I feel like Oculus VR, you can like.
The same Nintendo that took ages to update their firmware to have Bluetooth, that same Nintendo.
Ooh.
Dude, look
at there. Slippery slope.
Look in the chat, man. Somebody says his bud actually switched states, not get not get charged taxes. Dude, that's a commitment to gaming, man.
No, dude, there's a workaround where if you use PayPal and then you put a different area code, you won't get charged. Okay? But yeah, good times.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I feel bad, Hunter, that you don't. I hope you don't look at me differently now. I was just being honest with you.
No,
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Dude, it's scarred the relationship.
It's your money, man. I'm never gonna get mad or like look down at somebody for buying.
It's his money. He needs it now.
Buying whatever they want to buy.
What Battlefront did, that was completely different. I was with everybody. I didn't buy Battlefront.
Oh, yeah, the loot boxes.
The loot boxes, like that was literally, rolling the dice to get better gear and essentially be a better player. Like,
yeah,
like it was literally help. Like that's a different, like Fortnite had, like, whether you like Fortnite or don't, and I hate it, but my son likes it, so I'm like, he's always asking for V-Bucks, so he does chores, he does certain things to get it. But the point I'm trying to make is, Fortnite, as much as people joke on it and hate on it, their microtransactions are the most detailed character customizations I've ever seen in my life. Like they actually put detail and time into everything, the sound, the voice, the sparkles, the animations, all the time, dude. It's incredible. So I don't know. It's bad for kids because my son literally, at first he was asking for V-Bucks, and then there was a battle pass, and bro, Hunter, the first.
Dude, I've got a son.
He's probably going to.
If he asked me for V-Bucks, holy,
dude, it's gonna happen. If Fortnite's still
they
around,
added the Matrix with the Sentinels. Yeah, they added the Sentinels. They added
the first 4 seasons. He earned the battle pass.
Wow.
Okay, playing with his friends. When he realized that he could, he got his V-Bucks, he saved it. And I looked, he had like 10,000 V-Bucks. I'm like, buddy, why are you not buying anything at the store? He's like, oh, I am. I'm going to buy the whole battle pass and I'm going to do everything. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I was like, I will not allow you to do that. And he said, well, Dad, you said you did it once. And I looked at him like, what am I going to say to the kid? But I'm like, okay, but just understand that you're not. I didn't know what to say to the fucking kid, bro. He got me with that, but I was like, look, the point I was trying to make is like, you're finally getting sick of Fortnite, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, I'm getting a little bored with it, and I'm like, good for you, and now he's playing Minecraft again. He beat Miles Morales. He beat Spider-Man Remastered. I was so proud of him. Like he's 7 years old, 6 years old at the time. He beat Spider-Man Remastered. He beat it, the whole thing, and Miles Morales. And like he finally put down Fortnite. I was so happy. I'm like, get away from that game, bro. It's not anything special. Yeah.
Awesome, man. That's a proud dad moment for sure.
That is, man.
That's like my son just started playing games like the last couple of months, and like I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, I gotta get my son to just love a wide variety of games. Like, I don't want him just like
games for sure.
I don't want him sucked into like one of these games, like the ongoing service games, and that's all he does and all he focuses in on.
How old is he?
He's turning 4.
Okay, so when my son was 4, I was giving him a controller with the batteries out. Like, oh, get him, and I was playing.
Yeah.
I did that with my sister too. Like when she was young, I was just like, "Yo, here's this controller, a single player game," and I was just playing it because my parents were like, "Yo, she has to play with you," and I was just like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, you're that pedestrian over there."
No, when you're playing, I would do that. When I was playing a game and he wants to play, I'd be like, "Okay, here, have a controller, play with daddy." But when he's playing his own games, like, even my 3-year-old, he'll like try to. He actually could. My girlfriend wants to play games, but she cannot control the right analog stick. Okay, the camera is the hard part for her. She doesn't understand. Like the camera's always facing down or up, and she's like, I can't see anything. She can't comprehend to control the right analog stick, the camera part of it. So we played Resident Evil 4, no 5. What's the co-op one?
5.
I
think
5.
Yeah, I don't know if 6 had co-op.
That's one with
We beat that game, no problem. You know why? The camera controls itself. You just move, shoot. It's always gonna look straight for you. So you know.
What about VR though, Blaze? Like I would assume she's good. Yeah.
Loves VR.
I've noticed that a lot.
But she's not a video game, but she'll dabble in.
Right now, my son's game is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because that game it has so many assist features. It literally just plays itself. There's like. Yeah, there's an assist where it's like steering assist, and it makes it so that you can't hit the wall or you can't fall off the course. It just it magnetically pulls you back in. And then there's also auto acceleration, so you don't even have to push the button down.
I didn't know that because he would always forget to hit the gas. I'm like, dude, hit the gas.
Yeah, dude. Like all you have to do is just use the stick. Game just plays, and you don't even have to use a stick because if you're about to hit the wall, it like ricochets you back onto it, right? Like it literally just plays itself.
Wow.
And my son, like he thinks he controls every last movement, and he's so proud, and I'm like, yeah. And then the other thing that was really funny is I just got the there's like the new Disney collection that came out for PS4. It's like. It's basically just like older versions of The Lion King and Jungle Book and Aladdin. But this game actually has, so on the main menu there's play and there's watch, right? When you hit watch, it actually is basically just like an hour-long YouTube video of somebody from the dev team just playing the game and beating it. And I give it to my son, and he's like play. He thinks it's him, right? He's like, he'll play for like 15 minutes. You think he'll beat like 3 levels, be all happy.
It's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Rayman Legends is a game that me, my girl, and my kids play. Rayman Legends. It's not co-op online, but it's couch co-op. That game's like a great game, couch co-op with your family. Rayman Legends. Definitely.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. Like, sometimes I take off the training wheels with my son and actually let him play. And sometimes he like impresses me. Like, I don't know how he was playing like Mario, the Super Mario 3D World on Nintendo. And he actually like got almost halfway through a level, which was like the furthest he ever got. Right. But yeah, I'm actually just waiting until he can actually game. But for now, we're just kind of having fun.
So my son now, I have expectations for him. So like I caught myself getting not frustrated, but I'm like, dude, how'd you let that guy kill us? Like we were playing Fortnite. I'm like, come on. Like my girlfriend's like, honey, like it's just a game, right? And she would always like, honey, it's just a game. You're like, you don't gotta get up. So right, no problem. Fast forward a year, my girlfriend now plays. She takes over with Fortnite duties, right? And I hear her in the other room like, dude, you gotta pick me up. You're not picking me up, Revat. And I go in there, I'm like, babe, it's just a game. Relax. What are you getting so mad about? And I'm like, you see what I'm talking about? She didn't. Oh, bro, it felt so good to tell her it was just a game and to relax. And she's like, be quiet, get out of here, because now she gets that juice in her. You know, you're like, damn. Funny though. Awesome. Anyway, sorry to bore you, chat.
I think I had. Oh yeah. $5 super chat from Bray. Shout to Bray. He says, "Sub Cloud, just showing support. Good to see your channel growing. Don't listen to platform podcasts. He low key loves PlayStation and console games." Talk about Danny. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody that came through, man. It was a good show. Episode 176. Definitely a good show. Sorry about the technical issues, but we got that situated, fixed. Hopefully we get everything smoother. Hopefully YouTube doesn't crap out on us on the next show, but you know how that is. I want to give a big thank you, of course, everybody in the chat, but of course our new members. We got Paul in the building here. We got Red Hood. You guys held it down as always. Good to have you guys part of the team, and of course Blaze 4K. So I get into these outros, man. Let's start with Paul. Where can I find you, brother?
Well, another awesome show, guys. NFTs, we covered it all this time. I think next week is actually going to be a lot of fun. I think there's obviously going to be some Twitter drama that we're going to talk about, and probably some breaking news that happens. But next week, I think I can actually officially start talking about Dying Light 2. So that's a game that I've been playing. I think there might be another game. I have to check embargoes. There's like I should have like a spreadsheet for all these embargoes, but I think there might be another game that I can talk about next week. But there should be definitely some really like cool discussions that we can have about some upcoming games that are coming out in March or in February. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some breaking news next week. I don't know if things have been quiet. Usually that's when something happens, something big. But we'll see going into next week. But you know how that is.
Connor, you said you were going to send me your email for PlayStation so I could check out the
He wants your email.
Let's connect.
Red Hood, man. Red Hood. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you guys can find me at Red Hood 420, and make sure to check out Attack on Titan this Sunday. Book of Mando. No, why I say Book of Mando? Book of Boba Fett. Literally next Wednesday. That show is getting really good. And what else can I say?
Tell them to bless you with your.
Oh my! This guy might be acting cringe. This is crazy. But check me out at YouTube, Red Hood 420, Twitch Red Hood 420, and Twitter Red Hood 240. But no, like podcast episode was great, and keep it gaming, everybody. Make sure not to get into drama and stuff like that. But thank you guys. Peace.
All right, and of course Blaze 4K.
Yeah, good show, man. I'm glad. It's good, Big Cloud. Me and Big Cloud have been doing it for so long, like by ourselves, either with a developer or a voice actor. Like we're so like, it was just me and him at one point. We had a full cast, but it's a long story for a different day. But yeah, we've been doing it, just solo riding ourselves. Pause if that sounds weird. But, so it's nice to have a full cast to bounce off, and people like the whole like, oh well, no, what do you think of this? And it's good. I like a full cast because you're always getting fresh ideas and new opinions and shit like that. And especially from Red Hood. I see you every day, man. Like this is actually upsetting me that you're in the podcast. But, no, but seriously, on a serious note, we have good chemistry. Hunter, like I said, like I know you got a family. You're busy doing all your shit, bro. We appreciate your time for sure. And you guys, for real, both you guys, I can tell it's a good addition because it's, it's never, we all respect each other enough to like, what I mean? Like even Big Cloud's like, oh, Hunter, I'm sorry. Like, damn, man. See what happens when you got about 1 million followers? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. For me, he just cuts me out. For you, Hunter, anyway, it was a good show, bro. I hope something happens. I have a feeling something's gonna drop this week, maybe next week. I hope I get some news this week or that week so I can announce something. Because I'm sweating it out with this Gran Turismo. I hope I don't get delayed, man. But yeah, good show, man. Have a good weekend. If you live up north, you better go to the grocery store because my girlfriend just texted me saying there's no milk or bread. I don't know why people freak out.
No, even down south, it's happening too. Like because we're getting snow.
Freak out, dude. They go.
They take the bread. They take the milk. They take even the meat. I'm just like, bro, there's like nothing here.
It's a snowstorm for one night, dude. You'll be okay. Like, what the heck? Like, they freak out. Like, my girl's like, yeah, there's no milk. I'm going to a different store. Like, dude, Jesus. Yeah.
No, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Obviously, great show. I want to say thank you guys again. If you guys have hit the like button, go ahead and do that. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. And we appreciate y'all. Y'all be good.
NFT. Change your name, Hunter. Just be like,
Thanks.
Want to tell them NFTs?
damn, man. Now I swear to God, you make me feel guilty.